In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Hollerbox. So in your WordPress admin, you can go to Plugins, Add New, and search for Hollerbox, and you can install and activate the plugin there. Once it's installed and activated, you should see a menu item on the left that says Hollerbox. Go ahead and click on that, and we can create a new one. I'm just going to create a really simple opt-in that's for a webinar, and I'm going to say having a webinar soon. Click this link to register. And then I'm going to make this a link. I'm going to send them to my website. And then I'm going to publish that. And I'm going to show you what this looks like out of the box with not a lot of configuration. So you'll see I have the Holler box that pops up there, and I have the link that goes to my webinar registration page. People can hide it and show it, and it's going to by default show on all pages. So any page I go to, that little Holler box is going to show. Now let's talk about customizing it a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my Holler box page. I can activate and deactivate it here. I can also change the position to any corner of the website. The button color pertains to the email opt-in. I can also change the background and text color pretty easily there. Before I get into email opt-in and chat, I'm going to show you some of the advanced settings. Let's say, for example, I want to restrict which pages this shows on. So I'm going to click on, I want to only show it on certain pages. And let's say that I only want to show it on my lorem ipsum page. So if that's the case, I can start typing my page title and it'll automatically populate there, and I can just put it in lorem ipsum. I can also choose between logged in or logged out, new or returning visitors, and I can also change the when it shows. For example, let's say I want to show it when someone scrolls halfway down the page. Then how often do we show it to each visitor? After someone hides it or submits an email, clicks a link, you can hide it, or you can just show it once and then hide it for a certain amount of days. And you can also hide the floating button, which is this that's this blue button right here. If you don't want to show that, you can do that. And you can also change the gravatar email. So let's say, for example, you don't want to show the avatar at all. I can go ahead and delete this. So the settings that I have now are I'm only showing it on the lorem ipsum page, and it's going to be when I scroll halfway down the page and I got rid of the avatar. So let's go ahead and update that and see what happens here. So if I refresh the page, I'm on the blog, you'll see that it doesn't show up at all. If I go to the lorem ipsum page, it's not going to show up until I start scrolling and I get about halfway down the page, and then it's going to show up. And you'll also see that I have no avatar here. So if I wanted to say put an image inside of it instead, or a different image, I can do it that way. Other things I can do is add an email opt-in. So let's say, for example, instead of clicking a link to register, I'm going to say enter your email to register. Then what I can do is show an email opt-in. By default, it will just simply send an email to you, whatever me at mysite.com, and you can put in a confirmation message that just says thanks. And then this message is we get back to you ASAP, or we won't spam, or whatever it is. It's just a little message above the email input field. So other things you can do are connect to custom email providers such as ConvertKit, MailChimp, MailPoet, or add a custom HTML form. And also there will be more email integration providers soon. And you can find out how to integrate with those in our documentation. I'm just going to leave this as the default here and save it. Now if I go back out to my lorem ipsum page, I'm going to refresh it, and then I'm going to scroll down again, and you'll see that we have an email opt-in field here. So I'm going to put in my email and send it, and then you'll see that we have the confirmation message here. Now that's going to send an email to me, and obviously if you used a provider like MailChimp, you can send autoresponders and have opt-in confirmations and things like that with information about the webinar. Other things you could do is you could offer, a free ebook for their email or lots of other things. If I wanted to hide this opt-in after the user submits their email, I could choose this option here. It says hide after user interacts. Then if I save that, since I already entered my email here, if I refresh and I scroll down, you're going to see that I'm not seeing the opt-in at all since I have already submitted my email. There are lots more features available in Pro. I will just activate HollerBox Pro for you real quick to show you some of those. If I activate Pro and then I go into my webinar setting, I'm going to see that I have the option to make this a banner. So let's say I wanted to get a banner that's black with white text. I can update this, go back out and refresh. You'll see I have this banner here that has the same powerful filters where you can choose which page to show it, hide it after people submit their email, and different things like that. Other features of Pro include better settings on where you can show it. So for example, you could show on only certain post types. Like if you just want to show it on all your blog posts, you can enter post here. Get rid of that. And you can also enter where you do not want to show it. So for example, I do not want this on my checkout page. So I'm going to add checkout. And I also might not want it on an account page. So I'm going to put my account there. We can also have it display on exit detection. So when we think that the user is exiting your website, on a link click, and then we can also automatically deactivate it. So let's say that you're having a sale and the sale ends on Friday. You can automatically deactivate it on Saturday or on Friday if you wanted to. Another really cool feature there is there's a pop out. So if I enter this text here, say show more, and then I wanted to add something like a gravity form, I'm going to insert that there. And then I'm going to go back and put this on the bottom right again. Save it. Let's go see what that looks like. Here you'll see I have a button, and if I click it, it will pop out and show me whatever I had in that extra field there, which is a gravity form. And I could submit the form and say this works great for feedback or for any content you have that's bigger than, and again, that's available in the Pro version, along with lots of other features which you can find at hollerwp.com.